Ride Bailey, the hustle standing, flag no fail, hold strong people, hold strong. Revolutionary, frontline standing, solitary, mind state, kinda scary. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and put me on the front line. 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 Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. Follow me until the end. Follow me if you can. Heart beating faster. Don't forget to breathe and put me on the front line. 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 Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested.
What is up? What is up, people? So it's been a minute. Yep, it's definitely been a minute. Had some stuff going on, but I'm back and I'm pissed. So here's the deal. So kind of got over the whole, flat earthers being assholes and all that stuff, and realized, people are going to be like that no matter what. So I delved back into the research I want to be doing, and the big one right now is the climate change. I know there's some people out there that kind of have a different idea of how things work, and I think it's just really good word salad the way they put it out there. And I got some examples of it, and I wanted to talk about it because a new YouTube page that I had no clue about before, I really delved deep, is Prager University. Prager University is one of those wonderful, wonderful, wonderful places that seems to like to word salad what's going on. And I think a lot of people get that information and kind of run with it, not realizing how just ridiculous it really is. So I kind of wanted to basically delve into this climate denier, and the idea of how that works for them. Because, when I really started doing this, I really didn't know how much, the climate really was impacted by us. I didn't realize that so much of what we do is actually logically taking effect of what's going on. So, like, it's pretty clear that basically, we get a certain amount of pollutants going. Eventually, it was going to be a problem. I kind of told you guys how they've always actually been saying it's a problem, but for some odd reason, the last year and a half is when they decided to make it a huge problem. I personally think it's a money grab, but hey, who am I? But then I came across these guys that are lobbyists for these oil companies. I'm not sure if you know what a lobbyist is. It's basically someone who pumps them up. He's the hype guy for these companies, for these oil companies. He's the one who does the middleman deals, the ones that actually, put money into these politicians' pockets without it looking suspicious. So I wanted to show you guys a couple of videos, and after that I'm going to open a panel up and we just bullshit about whatever. But this is kind of, when I heard this guy talking, I mean, just looking at him, I thought he was full of shit. But then you hear what he says, and it even sounds worse. So let's hurry up and get through this. So I know you guys want want to bullshit about other things, but I wanted to get into this real quick. And then, I'm going to start doing my daily thing where I'm going to start talking about what needs to change, the solution to this crap. So this is the first one I want you guys to listen, to watch, and then we'll go from there and talk about it real quick.
What if I told you that someone had developed an energy source that could help us solve our biggest environmental challenges, purify our water and air, make our cities and homes more sanitary, and keep us safe from potential catastrophic climate change? What if I also told you that this energy source was cheap, plentiful, and reliable? Well, there is such a source. You probably know it as fossil fuel, oil. Natural gas, coal. But wait, don't fossil fuels pollute our environment and make...
And yes, I was talking that whole time, and my mic was muted. So I will say it again. This guy is basically obviously selling fossil fuels. He's trying to explain to right now what he's doing is he's going, hey, they're talking about how fossil fuels is the problem and how bad they are for people, but he's trying to sell that they're not. He said stuff like they're cheap, reliable, and plentiful. Well, if they were plentiful, these companies wouldn't be drilling in so many different... I mean, each company that drills for oil, they're drilling in probably 20 different locations trying to find oil as well. Don't think that these things are just one area. Don't think that just these big oil spills that you're hearing about are coming from these big pockets of oil. Some of those things happen just when these machines malfunction and blow up. That's how much oil they're holding on board just alone. I think there's a lot more, incidents that actually do happen they don't talk about when it comes to pipelines that run all over the United States. I'm talking 8,000 plus miles worth of these oil and petroleum pipes that basically just transfer it from these drill sites to a storage place and where they refine it. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going because I just want to explain that so far, all this guy, when I watch this, the first thing I got off this is this guy's trying to sell me something dirty.
Our climate unlivable? What if I told you...
Okay, so that last statement he just made, he said, well, they told us that climate change would make things unlivable. No, they've never. These are more word salad. They add things that kind of make it sound as bad as it possibly can be. Obviously, it's not. But at the same time, if you're looking at it from the realization of fossil fuels, I mean, if you close your garage and start your car, what happens? Obviously, nothing good. So, as far as I can tell, it's obviously bullshit. He's trying to make it seem like fossil fuels are cool, but at the same time, he contradicts himself in this next video I'm going to show you guys, and he does it pretty just like off the cuff, like it was nothing.
But let's look at the data. Here's a graph you've...
Get that one to work. 1 second.
But let's look at the data. Here's a graph you've probably never seen. The correlation between use of fossil fuels and access to clean water. But let's look at the data. Here's a graph you've probably never seen. the correlation between use of fossil fuels and access to clean water. More fossil fuel, more clean water. Am I saying?
So this is another one of those word salads things I was telling you about. He tries to correlate the improvement of water source to the fossil fuel use. Yeah, the graphs are correct. The problem he's not illustrating is that obviously with our advances in technology and how to use fossil fuels, also how to improve, the cleanliness of our water. But see, I found an article, and it was real easy to realize how full of shit this is, because that would mean in the 1900s, when this graph is trying to show you right now, that means that their water was destroyed. Like, they didn't have any kind of filtrations, nothing, right? But the problem is that I found this nice little link, and it was the history of water filtration. And as far as I thought, it was pretty simple that, yeah, maybe their water was really bad, and maybe technology does play a huge part in that. But here's the realization: if that were true, then the people that live off the grid, let's keep it real. There are villages and places where there is no technology. So at that point, how does that become what drives how clean your water is? Because you don't need technology to clean water. I mean, you do, but you don't need fossil fuels. That's for damn sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you guys have anybody that's backpacked or hiked at all, you realize pretty quick that you don't need that much. It doesn't take that much. We want to be as specific. We want to be as fancy as we want to be about it. Our backpacking and our hiking and all that stuff. But the realization is that it's not just just grab some water and be done with it. You do have to filter it. You have to do things to it. But at the same time, it's not like I need fossil fuels. We need to light a fire. You don't have to do that. So this guy, he does correlate the improvement of fossil fuel use with water source. The improvement of it. But they're not hand in hand. To put them together on a list, which he says, you never see this data before. Yeah, because you don't correlate the two the way he did. You may want to say, with improvements in the use of fossil fuels over the half century, we've been able to get more water to more sources. But you don't correlate drinking water's filtration and the treatment of it with fossil fuels, because there are also places that do this in the mills. They don't use a bunch of fossil fuels. They do use a little, but it has nothing to do. It's not the correlation with it. That's what throws that off. That was what was serious word salad to me. So, like I said, what you guys are looking at now is the development summary of water treatment over every time, all the times. So this is ancient times. Methods to improve taste or odor of drinking water are recorded as early as 4000 BC. Ancient Sinric in Greek Texas recommended water treatment methods such as filtering through charcoal, exposing to sunlight, boiling, staining. Throughout antiquity, there you go. Taste and tasteless, cool, odorless, and colorless water is considered the best. So basically, in ancient times, they've been filtering their water for the cleanliness of it, and figured it out. It says 6th century, this little developed in water treatment area during this period is medieval cities. Wooden plumbing is used. The waters are extracted from rivers or wells or from outside cities. Soon circumstances would become highly unhygienic because waste and excrement are discarded into the water. Illnesses and prevalent among all the drinking water. So 6th century was bad. All right. I don't know what the hell just happened, but yeah, that wasn't cool. Let's see everyone take off. Yeah, so apparently my system just completely crashed, and luckily I got back on. So kind of trying to fix things as we speak, trying to see if I need to turn something off. I don't know. But yeah, that was definitely a mindfuck right there. For my new customary sound for that one. There we go, right here. Yeah, so I don't know what the hell just happened, but yeah, my system just took a shit, and okay, we're back on now. So kind of forgot where I left off. I think I was on that second video. But I'm gonna go ahead and open the panel up, see what's going on. I know there's a lot of people over at other guys, but I felt I needed to put this information out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this video up real quick. Let's play it again. This is that second one.
But let's look at the data. Here's a graph you've probably never seen. The correlation between use of fossil fuels and access to clean water. More fossil fuel, more clean water. Am I saying the more that we have used fossil fuel, the cleaner our water has become? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. In the developed world, we take clean water for granted. We turn on a tap, and it's there. But getting it there takes a massive amount of energy. Think of the man-made reservoirs, the purification plants, the network of pipes. In the undeveloped world, it's a much different story. They lack the energy, so they lack clean water. More fossil fuel, more clean water. The same is true of sanitation. By the use of cheap, plentiful, and reliable energy from fossil fuels, we have made our environment cleaner. Take a look at this graph. More fossil fuel, better sanitation. Okay, what about air quality? Here's a graph of the air pollution trends in the United States over the last half century, based on data from the Environmental Protection Agency. Note the dramatic downward trend in emissions, even though we use more fossil fuel than ever.
And that's where I wanted to stop shit. So again, he's taking these correlations and using it for his word salad. The problem again is for that to be the case, the way he's explaining it, he's saying that because of fossil fuel, our sanitation's gotten better, our filtration's so yes, with the obviously, like I was saying, you know, the fossil fuels does make it a lot easier, but he's not correlating it the same. So the problem is, like I said before, if the data was talking about fossil fuels and the correlation with cleaner water or sanitation, it'd be over a large area, making it more capable for that situation. He made a correlation of us in our homes with people that are in impoverished countries and stuff. The issue that they have when it comes to drinking water is filtration, not fossil fuels. They don't have money for fossil fuels. But the solution that they've put out there is digging wells and in showing them how to filtrate it themselves, because you do not need fossil fuels to do it. So that correlation is bullshit right off the bat. It shouldn't even be put together. I have no idea where he comes off to do that. But I guess if you're trying to sell your agenda, you're going to word salad the fuck out of it, right? So those were the two videos I wanted to show. Those are the things I'm working on within my upload world. I kind of wanted to do an open panel because I hadn't talked to anybody in a while. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and open it up right now. So let me go ahead and get this going. Open panel. We can talk about anything. You want to talk about what I just went over? No problem. You want to talk about something else? You want to talk flat Earth? Come on. I mean, again, you know, I'm not trying to say I know everything, but I feel like I've definitely gotten enough information that I can try to help people understand where they're kind of not realizing they're off. And hey, you know, you may think, you know, you're not, but that's what these hangouts are for. Something to build on, something to talk about, see where things are. Because like I said, I'm still learning as well. You never know what could happen. Well, I kind of know, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that link out there right now. Jump on the panel and just whatever. Like I said, I'm going to start doing a lot shorter of live streams anyway because I've been doing a lot of editing for uploads. Kind of want to. I realize in those I can get my actual thoughts out on that and and get everything out that I want to say instead of trying to just rush through it and try to get things done. False cause fallacies. What a shame. What do you mean? Yes, Scott. You said they pay their own scientists to go against 100%. That's what I realized the oil companies do as well. The oil companies, instead of like actually having like the EPA or someone come and evaluate them and oversee what's going on, they actually hire their own groups that actually will go and do the numbers for them to turn in to the EPA. So yeah, it's kind of sickening how that works. One of the other things I was going to be talking about is the difference between what's going on with this PG&E. I'm not sure if everyone heard PG&E has filed for bankruptcy. It's California's energy company, the ones that are being blamed for all the fires. I wouldn't doubt it if you now hear Raytheon's name, Solarin, you hear their name being brought into the situation. Jin says the whole relationship between fossil fuels and water filtration, they aren't correlated. The way he was giving off, like you were saying, yeah, it's like me saying, well, arson is great because look at the correlation of farming that's been established and how many people were able to feed to how many of these arsons that torch land where there's farming. It's like, come on, man, you're reaching way too hard, and it's sickening. There's a guy that I want to show. I'm actually looking for his picture as we speak because I couldn't find it, but he's basically one of like the main guys for this Prager University. I got video. I gotta find it, and I was putting it in an upload. But by the next stream, you'll see his face. This guy named Jeff something. Basically, he talks for Prager University. He's one of the leading guys that talk for. Actually, I can pull it up right now. That talks for Prager University, but he also talks at these big environmental meetings and stuff like that. But this guy, this guy is the fucking scum of the earth. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna just put it up there real quick. One second, I'm trying to pull that video up right now. Alright, I think I'm back. I'm waiting to see it on my screen real quick. Alright. Again, I am back. Again, that was bullshit. I have no idea why I did it, but it did it again. So, I do apologize. Let's see if I can get this back up and running. Alright, I think we're back up and running and everything's good to go. Okay, so I wanted to play that Prager University guy so you guys can see where I'm getting all this information from, as in the crap that this guy's spewing. So here it is. This is me see his name. He says his name in the beginning of it. Alright, let me find it real quick. Like I said, I didn't have it ready, so that is why it's taking a second. But I am about to be at it right now. Here we go. Put this over here. Go to window capture.
The two words are carbon dioxide, or as it is known by its chemical. What are
Patrick Moore.
words in the English language?
This guy.
Well, if you're concerned with global warming, as so many people are these days, the answer is obvious. The two words are carbon dioxide.
Yeah, so that's the guy I was talking about. That's the guy I was saying is the worst of the worst. Patrick Moore. This guy, he actually is a lobbyist for fossil fuels. His job is to make fossil fuels the best thing on earth. And one of the ways is this Prager University, which, guess what, is a young creationist university, I guess you call it. It's not even a school. It's not really even a business. It's like a entity, a name. But yeah, it's. I found out a lot about these guys, and I'm going to talk about them in the next stream. Like I said, I'm going to make an open panel. I'll go ahead and put that link out there again if you guys don't see it already. What's up, Seek and Find? Yes, you are a mod, my friend. I told you I was going to do it. It wasn't on purpose, and yes, you definitely should be one. So here's that link. I'm going to go put it in, or actually, I'm going to redo the link. Yeah, my OBS just took a shit again. Get this link to hang out up again. Like I said, open topic, doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure I got through that stuff. You know how I usually do it now. But that's how pretty much every live stream will go. I'm gonna just spit out the information I wanted to get out there, and then I'll open the panels up. And people come in, people don't. Then I end the stream. But I understand that I am very long-winded, and I will save you guys the ear beatings that I do sometimes when it comes to the information. But it's just so important. I do apologize. So here's the link. I'm gonna put that in the chat right now. Gotta redo this link. And like I said, anything goes. We can talk flat Earth. I don't mind at all. Whether it is fairy tale or real, nah, I can't go that far. But like I said, anything goes. There ain't no disrespect in here. No one. I don't appreciate it, and I don't want it in my chat. So there you go. There's the link. I know Seek and Find. He has something to say. It'd be fun. Okay. I'll probably be on for a little bit. If you email me later or message me later on, I can go live again. But like I said, if the panel doesn't open up, then I'll end the stream and then just go live again a little bit later on. Because there is stuff I wanted to show you guys. I just didn't have it ready for this stream. But I'm going to be working on that all pretty much for the next few hours. Let's see. Well, safe journeys. Be safe on the road, my friend. Okay, yep. Let me see. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. Because I do want, like I said, I want to keep these short and sweet. And that way people get on the roll. Because one of the biggest irritations that I have is that when I I thought it was flat, and then I started getting the information from different sources. I started realizing that there was no backing to them. Right? Again, I've been putting this out there a lot, and I can only keep it real when I say it. Flat earthers, my friends, the people that I do, I have these relationships with. you must realize, I get everyone keeps talking about these models, models, models. The realization is that you can't have a model without something. There's something missing that isn't being talked about that I feel personally needs to be talked about. I've been trying to tell people that this is a very important situation. I've been saying, and just so you guys understand, asked this to top flat earthers because I wanted an answer and I want an answer right away, and I haven't got one. I've asked Anthony Riley, I've asked Nathan Oakley, I've asked Bro Sanchez, I've asked Jeranism. Hey, can you give me 3 observations for flat Earth, 3 that work in a system cohesively together? Meaning, if you're going to tell me one aspect, you need to tell me 2 more aspects of that system that all work on a flat Earth, but at the same time, don't trip over each other. They all have to work together. And that's part of a system. You guys need a system before you can even think about a model. And what I'm asking isn't hard. It's not out of ordinary. These are things you can do without the millions of dollars everyone's talking about you need for research. You can go out and observe everything outside within hours and figure this out. There's no system. There's nothing that works together as a system. I was there for 2 years. I get the arguments. It's very easy, and I say to this day, it is very easy to pick apart single situations in the globe system. I get that. But there's a million other things that actually do work together that form this system regardless. And the things that don't explain the system are phenomenons. We figure that out. We don't science doesn't lie about it. They tell you that's a phenomenon. That we don't know how that happens. But everything else in our system does work together. 3 is the easiest way of proving that. It's just there's 3. Period. Okay. Well, if there's 3 for the globe and you say that's not enough, okay, give me 3 for flat Earth, and just start. Let's start there. Because as far as I could tell, with the information I was given, it was situational things. It was things that were just one at a time. Seek-and-Find says, what's hundreds of years compared to 2? Okay, well, your hundreds of years compared to my 2 on flat Earth, there should be some information that would lead to this system for flat Earth. Like I said, forget a model. 3 things. All I want is 3 things that work on a flat Earth that are observed that work together. Not 3 different things and they all work by this certain situational way. No, they have to be 3 things that work as a system. When that means that one does not need the other, but the other does not trip up or stop the other from happening. Right? And they need to be explained. I get it. Everyone says there's not that much time. Okay, I get it. There's not that much time for a situation like, hey, show me a model. I get that. But simple observations are what led men to figure out where we lived. They didn't start off knowing it was a globe. They didn't just wake up and go, it's a globe, now let's put the numbers to it. They observed, okay, the sun, every day we see this bright thing in the sky cross our sky in this way. But, when we're tracking it throughout the year, it actually does change its location. But wait, it's not changing its size, so it's not us, or it's not it getting closer and further away from us. It's just the angular size, or the angle that we see it at. That started something. That from there on and there on and there on is where they got to where they are now. But the first few years, I mean, you guys should have something. Remember, it's not about you guys proving flat Earth. It's about you guys knowing where you live. And if your education for this is not taking you on the path of what is observed, what is provable by yourself, then I don't see where things are coming from. Yeah, I don't know what's up. I have a great bit rate right now. I have no idea why it's lagging. I actually turned a lot of stuff down, but everything else is looking fine on here, except for the fact that I see it buffering. I don't know why. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short anyway. Seek and find. I think we're you can message me on YouTube. If not, use my let me see what email I have down in here. Here, just if you email me here, I'll get it right away. I'll put that in the chat. Yeah, email me there, and I'll get the message right away. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change some settings, and I'm gonna go on again. I know that for sure. In an hour, so be ready for that notification when I do come back on. 'Cause I'm gonna change some of these things up, and I'm gonna make that one just a straight open panel. So you can find. Let me know if you're gonna email me, and let me know if you'll be there for that. I'd like to have a conversation with you. And I'll see what's going on with my system. Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. I'm sorry about the computer situation that happened earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and get that situated and fixed, and then I'll be back, like I said, in an hour, and we'll have an open panel and just bullshit.
Ride Bailey, the hustle standing, flag no fail. Hold strong, people. Hold strong. Revolutionary, frontline standing, solitary. Mind state, kinda scary. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and put me on the front line. 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 Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. Follow me until the end. Follow me if you can. Heart beating faster. Don't forget to breathe and put me on the front line. Put me on the front line. Put me on the front line.